Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before I start the review, I need to explain that the Ghoulies series has had a bizarre history. The first film was originally going to be called Beasties, and would be about a young child moving into his grandfather's old house after his grandfather's death, and discovering that the creatures that his grandfather used to tell him stories about were actually real and trying to kill him. This was eventually scrapped, and the script was heavily rewritten to appeal to teens. But when they got on set, the creature props were seen as too silly to be used in a serious film, so gags were added, adding to the film's complete sense of unevenness. Other production complications included scrapping the idea to shoot the film in 3D 2 days in, and after its production, shooting a brief shot of a ghoulie popping out of a toilet after the marketing agent they hired had that idea as a marketing campaign to try and sell the movie. When the film came out, it was heavily compared to Gremlins, mostly for the gags they added, and the small creatures running around. This caused studios to make the next two Ghoulies movies completely disconnected besides the designs of the Ghoulies and them popping out of the toilet, and completely committing to horror comedy, especially with the third film. But after those films had been made, the director's chair was given to another director, and the rights to another studio, who produced the film on a very small budget, meaning the Ghoulies had to be actors in costumes instead of puppets. This causes the movie to feel especially cheap and hollow, along with the bad jokes played by the Ghoulies, who now talk just like in Ghoulies 3, despite this being the only direct sequel to Ghoulies 1. The plot surrounds Jonathan, just like in Ghoulies 1, who is now a police officer and has turned good, when his girlfriend escapes from a mental asylum and attempts to summon an evil version of him to replace him from the underworld. And also the Ghoulies are just kind of there. They are very poorly tied into the plot, just like the first one. Another similarity. Despite this similarity, I found this film to not have nearly the same so bad it's good entertainment value that the first film had. For one, despite Jonathan returning, he is used as a straight man character to all of the absurd black magic around him, which, as someone who's seen the first one, really doesn't work for his character.
I got an idea. Let's do a ritual.
Because of this, the film has a bizarre combination of both elements from the original and contradictions to the original that makes it not exactly so bad it's good, but almost so bad it's entertaining if you're a fan of the original film like I am. I, for one, was deeply fascinated with this film, considering I turned it on last minute one night when I was planning to watch Pumpkinhead 2, but didn't want to spend money on it. It's definitely interesting in how low budget it is, and its almost attentiveness to the original, but also lack of attentiveness to the original. It's a very strange film that switches between being a horror movie and a dumb horror comedy movie with the scenes where the Ghoulies just make bad jokes. It is a truly bizarre film that has to be seen to be believed. Despite that, I don't know if I can recommend this. It's very low quality in the way it's shot, and it drags a lot, and has large patches where almost nothing happens, besides bad ghoulie jokes. But I will say, if you do really, really like the original, then maybe watch some of it. It's just a fascinating attempt to go back to the roots of the original that ended up in the hands of people who just wanted to make a weird, obnoxious VHS horror movie to target people who watch schlock. It's very bizarre, but there is some entertainment value in certain scenes. Also, one last note. At the end, the Ghoulies break the fourth wall and look into the camera and say, "We'll be back for Ghoulies 4 Part 2. But they don't say Ghoulies 5, they say Ghoulies 4 Part 2. Just thought that was really weird. Like they saw it as their own thing and not a Ghoulies movie. Like, no, this may be called Ghoulies 4, but it's Ghoulies 4, the separate thing. This is our movie. Just thought that was very interesting. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do not watch Ghoulies 4 if you are a sane human being, which, since I watched Ghoulies 4, I'm pretty sure I'm not. Apparently they planned a Ghoulies 5, but it got canceled. So I don't know where they would have even gone from here. Maybe they would do like a Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, the Toy Maker thing, where a couple of the characters from the previous film appear, and it's unclear if they're the same characters or not, despite having the same names and being played by the same actors. But like besides that, it's a separate story with sort of similar themes. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Outro.